Birthdays the Beginning is the latest brainchild of Story of Seasons, formerly known as Harvest Moon, series creator Yasuhiro Wada. Instead of living on a farm and raising your own crops and trying to start a family, you are instead tasked by an unknown deity to create an entire ecosystem of life on a cube in hopes of being able for you to return home. Quite the drastic turn, I know. That said, I think the stark departure from what he is known for was quite the interesting idea. The gameplay of Birthdays is a bit hard to grasp at first, but when you get the hang of it, it can become a lot easier. You are instructed to create new life on this cube, or birthdays as the deity puts it. How you do so is truly up to you. That said, you may want to listen to the tips the little deity has for you so you can lead your ecosystem on the right path. The gameplay really boils down to molding the terrain to your whim and observing the passage of time by hopping between macro and micro mode. As time passes, you are unable to alter anything and must let nature take its course. But you can stop it at any time to go in and change things around the ecosystem. When you are changing things in the ecosystem, you have to keep abreast of several variables, such as temperature on land, in the water, moisture levels, overall air temperature, and much more. Many different organisms only appear under certain conditions, and it's your job to try and find the best balance for them all to thrive in. This sadly leads to the game's main issue. The game does a very poor job of explaining to you the many different mechanics the game has to offer. Outside of telling you what conditions an organism needs to survive and thrive in, the game doesn't really tell you how to ideally achieve these conditions. Nor does the game give you an indicator as to why certain organisms are facing extinction. I would often do my best to create new organisms so I can get further in the evolutionary tree, only to find that the changes I made led to a quick extinction. Granted, the game warns you when a creature is going to go extinct, but the game fails to inform you as to what you are doing wrong. This became a real issue for me because according to an ecosystem, the creature I had all the ideal living conditions, yet still went extinct. This can be problematic as if a certain organism goes extinct, you can lock yourself out of many branches on the evolutionary tree. Thanks to one extinction, I was unable to proceed with the mammal line, and thus I had to restart the entire campaign and try again, as it was much easier than trying to alter the ecosystem again to bring them back. This is where having multiple saves can come in handy. While I don't like having my hand held for a game's tutorial, I feel like the game could have done more to lead me in the right direction outside of vague hints in the game's option menu. Birthdays the Beginning is broken up into 3 game modes: Campaign, Free, and Challenge mode. The Campaign mode is a short story explaining how the avatar got where he is, and serves as the game's tutorial. The Free mode is basically your playground in this god game, giving you free reign to create whatever you want, and the Challenge mode is a set of challenges in which you must create certain organisms in a time limit under harsher environments. The Challenge mode is where a lot of the game's replay value is, as it puts your skills from the Campaign and Free mode to the test to see if you as a player can adapt to the changes you may not be used to. Free mode and Challenge mode are also unlocked after making it through the campaign, so you can easily import your cube from the campaign into Free mode and continue working from there. On a final note, Birthdays the Beginning visually is a very charming game. The environments change depending on how the ecosystem unfolds, and you can easily create your own Garden of Eden type of area. It was also adorable to watch the different animals and people go around the ecosystem. It gave me a sense of accomplishment of, wow, I created this thing. While the game may feel like a fight with its own mechanics, once you overcome it, you can't just help but feel accomplished. The soundtrack is also very relaxing as well, and will change with the ecosystem too. The music will go from barren to life-filled as you bring more life into the cube. Overall, Birthdays the Beginnings is an interesting new IP from Wada-san. While it fails to capture the same magic as the Story of Seasons series has managed to do, he was still able to create a game that could be seen as almost as relaxing. Despite some control issues and fighting with the game's own mechanics, I found myself really enjoying this game. That being said, I feel like any issues in Birthdays could be fixed and refined in any potential sequel. But for a game that is only $29.99, you have yourself an enjoyable game that you can probably end your day with. The game is brimming with content and replayability, and the game manages to give you an awesome sense of accomplishment every time a new birthday is celebrated. And that does it for our review of Birthdays to Beginnings. To see the full written review, be sure to check out our website, gaminggamma.com. A link will be provided down in the description bar below. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to check out some of our other reviews. I'll have a few little boxes showing up where you can find them here on this channel. And if you're new to my channel, hey, be sure to subscribe and stick around for a while for future Let's Plays, reviews, commentaries, and more. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching.